Our formerly blue skies have been completely transformed into what can only be described as an unnatural and alarming mosaic of man-made cloud cover. Why do so few look up? The distraction and appeal of the latest car or the newest electronic devices have kept so many from even taking notice of the skies above. Most in modern societies seem to have forgotten that we are completely dependent on nature for our very survival. Why can't our families and friends seem to see what's going on over our heads on such a constant basis? Why do so few seem to care that our once brilliant blue skies are now no more? What could be a greater purpose than to do everything in our power to preserve the natural world on which our children's future completely depends? Make your voice heard in this critical battle to sound the alarm. This is Dane Wigington with geoengineeringwatch.org.
Coming at you with the truth, no lies. Underneath the Newton, Georgia, heavily chemtrailed skies. You're about to receive the shock treatment. Your skies today, folks. Your skies today. And today in Newton, Georgia, much like the rest of the world, we had another overcast day, folks. Overcast. What part of that do you not understand? Now, the chem clouds broke a little bit to reveal the white sun, the sun simulator, just briefly, but then they appeared out of nowhere again. You want to know why? Because we're getting chemtrailed. They said they were going to do it. Harvard said they were going to come back out starting in the spring and do solar radiation management and global dimming. There's your global dimming, folks. This is about as good as it's getting. And what a Franken sky scene this is. I mean, you got a white sun up there. You got wispy chemtrails, wispies. I don't know what is the fake news weather channel calling it? What is the fake news even on all the TV stations? What are they calling this now, huh? What are they calling? What is aluminum, strontium, barium, and a host of other undesirables that are getting sprayed in there? They got a nifty little name for that, huh? Is it called the wispies? Do they call them spiderweb clouds? What kind of name are they giving them? That's not normal, folks. Overcast. Don't you get it, folks? They even have a documentary called Overcast. Type that one in on YouTube. Look at it. You're paying for this with your tax dollars. I guess other corporations are paying for it too. All these wicked weasels want to do us in and control the weather. Lyndon B. Johnson said, ultimately, it is a mission of for man to control the weather, and he who controls the weather will control the world. And they're using weather warfare. They're using it on us. They're heavily flooding the East Coast as they use directed energy on the West Coast and dry them out and start fires strategically and leave a lot of the vegetation untouched. But they want to call forest fires. It's all one big joke, and the joke's on us if we don't wake up, folks. This is also part of the depopulation program. It's part of controlling the weather. It's multifaceted. And it's all poison. It's killing the insects off. About 90% of the insects already extinct, according to Dane Wigington of geoengineeringwatch.org. Harvard said they were going to spray this spring called strategic aerosol injections, or they call it solar radiation management, global dimming. And under the guise of, that white floodlight up there is just emitting too much radiation. But the radiation really is coming, a lot of it's coming from the cell towers, coming right here close to home, coming from your smartphones and laptops and infertility pads, iPads, as Joe Imbriano, Fulton Informer would call them infertility pads, because you put them by your lap and it's destroying the ovaries, the eggs, and the sperm count. They wonder why the sperm count's gone down a lot in this country, and I'm sure worldwide. I mean, just about every industrialized nation, even third world countries, have cell phones. They were headed up in caravans with cell phones, those poor people with cell phones, right? They're everywhere. Cell towers are everywhere too. And they're going to roll out 5G. That's what they're working on. That's word out on the street. And they're going to market it as you could download your movie in 30 seconds, huh? The microwave society. What would be the word for it? How ironic? Yeah, decades ago in the 70s, I used to hear of us being called the microwave society, meaning we wanted everything instant. Everything has to be instant. And, we're going to be getting microwave, literally, once the 5G comes into full fruition. which it already is in cities such as the ATL and other cities, and being implemented. You see these monstrosity of towers, but this also goes hand in hand with the aluminum and heavy metal and the barium particulates up there they're spraying, because they're gonna use frequencies to manipulate these, put it in quotes, clouds. But don't kid yourself, folks. This stuff trickles down into the atmosphere. It blocks out whatever vitamin D we get from that giant white floodlight up there, and a lack of vitamin D leads to a host of ailments, including the C word that rhymes with answer. Is this all just done by coincidence, or could it possibly be a great big depopulation plan? And what if few people make it through all this silent weapons for quiet wars extravaganza, or a holocaust, maybe you could call it, they're going to be controlled and they're going to be in smart cities. So take a look at your skies today, folks. Start looking up. I know sometimes you want to look down, or at least I do. Notice that people also increasingly don't know how to park, and I'm wondering, by connecting the dots, could it be the big pharma side effects? And the big pharma side effects, and maybe a cumulative effect of the vaccines, and maybe a little bit of happy hour and a little zap from the cell phones tampering with their frequencies, that they can't see the forest from the trees and they're parking like they just got back from happy hour? Could it be? All I know is that behaviors of people has just gotten worse and worse. I mean, when you can't keep it between the lines in a stationary position such as a parking spot, you have no business on the road. And but I'm digressing somewhat, but I'm just connecting the dots here. The people's behaviors become more erratic. Those cables, you see those cables up there? Take a look at the telephone poles. Those big concrete poles they're putting out. I don't even call them telephone. Call them, call them kill grid poles. And just taking a walk out there, just walking the dog and take a look above the head. That's a freaky Franken-sky scene that we're seeing day after day after day. It truly is time to wake up, folks. There's no denying it. You can't say that this is contrails. If it is, arrest all those pilots and arrest air traffic controllers. I mean, who's telling them to fly like this? They parking like they got back from happy hour on the ground, and they're flying like they're drunk and batshit crazy up there, up in the sky as they're spraying and hammering the grid. Who are they Xing out? Notice the giant white floodlight. Used to be golden, folks. Golden. These poisons are all part of a big agenda. It's control the weather. It's multifaceted. It's depopulation. Who's to say they can't force vaccinate the populations? Who's to say they can't drop, anything in there? Diseases, viruses. I mean, they keep talking about this. What is this? Disease X coming along? I mean, something. It's all done by design. That's the way I see it. And I can't even just say it's the way I see it. A lot of people who are awake see it. It's all done by design because it's a fact. This is not normal, folks. If you think this is normal, then you're not. It's time to wake up. They want you in a trance, which most people are. They're looking down at the cell phones. They're taking the big pharma side effect pills. They're eating nano foods, with processed foods with chemicals in it. They're drinking the crap to tap water. They're listening to their freaking crap rap music with the earbuds in the ears 24/7, or the other weird, helly weird music, and watching the helly weird shows and helly weird movies, and basically just getting radiated, and from 6 ways to Sunday getting bombarded, and staying in a trance. It's unfreaking real. You voting for commies too and watching fake news? I mean, you might as well add that into the mix while you're at it. If you're going to be doing all these other crazy things, it's time to wake up, folks. That's not normal, and we're breathing this in. It's killing the planet. Don't you get it? Or the plane, the world, the biosphere, the web of life, as Dane Wigington would say. By the way, check him out, Dane Wigington of geoengineeringwatch.org. He's the lead researcher of that. Has all the patents, has all the proof you need. Beyond this. This is actually his little clip right here. Beyond, it'll blow your mind. He does a 2-hour presentation on this. He has on his channel that will give you all the details you need to know, the who's, the what, the where, the whys, and all that. All right? This is for real, folks. This is for real. This is why people are getting sicker. And it's also going into vegetation. It's going in your foods, going in your animals. Do you even care? If you don't care about yourself, do you have kids? Can you care about them? Do you have pets? Do you care about them? Do you care about anything other than looking down at your cell phone, watching sports and knowing all the stats, keeping up with the Joneses, Kardashians, and doing all this other nonsense that the sheeple are doing. It's time to wake up, folks. It's time to wake up. We don't have much time. According to Dane Wigington, on the current course, 6 more years, and it's over. The Earth cannot handle any more of this. This is why we're getting weather whiplash. This is why they're getting arc storms, as Plain Truth has reported on, and snow nados, and black snow falling in Russia. Are you kidding me? Wake up, folks. Wake up. Until next time you receive the shock treatment.